What's up guys, just a quick videos for you tonight. So I bought a centrifuge. This is the model number, it's an RG110. It's about 14 litres per minute. It's got the internal rotor, you'll see when I put it all back together. Just want to show you some of what's came out of the waste oil in a short couple of hour run. So this tank isn't heated, this is just straight off the tank through this vane pump. There is a considerable build-up of sludge in there. Already on the outsides of the rotor. So I'll wipe a section of that clean to show you kind of like a pile. So there's certainly a coating of rubbish in there. It's going to be a little scrub. That's no longer in the oil anymore. So every time that goes round, it's a bit over an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, it basically should circulate the amount of volume that's in this tank. Periodically mixing it up with compressed air. There's also another pump in there that runs through a 10 micron boat separator. So it's made for moisture and water to get it out. This in here is definitely like half greasy, half slimy. Yeah, just a short little video to show you what's up with it. I'll make a big video on how they work and how to set them up and stuff, but I'll get this clean, get it back in action, and make a full video for you another day after I've run it for a while. And when I know I can recommend it, I might even import a bunch of them, so I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching. Right, I lied, it's not going to be a short video. Let's put it back together and let me show you how it all works. So we've got that reasonably clean in there, clean enough for dirty oil purposes. So you then have this rotating assembly here. That's where your two jets are. So jet 1, 2. It's all on what look to be bronze bushes. So we then line this up. There's a bottom plate being this one, which goes in there. So a little locating lug there. I didn't see that to begin with. It's also got one on this other half. It is a messy job playing with waste motor oil. I don't know if waste vegetable oil is any better, but it's a messy job. Especially lots of this stuff is from modern diesels. There's soot build up in them. It's pretty horrific. So I might even mark that edge there to make that nice and easy to find. I forgot that. Yeah, I did. Right, tip him back over. Thread this nut back up in the top. I'll just put a little bit of Teflon on that just to seal it a little bit better than what it was. One-handed, left-handed, like everyone else. And comment you need a tripod so you can make better videos. Right, just have to nip that up at the multi-grip. It's not tight though, just a little bit. Let's sit him back in position. So you want to push him down, make sure he spins like so, and then I'll tighten him up. Okay, then there's a spacer. There's a retaining nut, which is really just a nut that I've put on there, which has got a nylock on it. It's not the right size, it's only there to hold the rotor down. I found the one that was bolting it down, one that fell off and ended up in the 1,000 litres of oil that's sitting here. Other problem I had was it was like a half-sized nut. It was a real skinny thing. It's made so it had tons of clearance between the top of the cover hat here. Like, this stuff's now your new best friend. I'm going to try and get that degrees of solvent in a 20 from my mechanic mate this week. Because I've got the wrong nut, this just has to go like so. This centrifuge is going to be open and closed so many times. Righto. So I started up. It's going to be noisy for a sec. That rotor in there is screaming around. It's proper spinning. When it's clean, it vibrates a little bit. It seems to, once it's got a lot of oil in the actual rotor itself, it seems to level out, which is cool. I'm going to get a bunding base for this this IBC. Try and keep things clean. But it's not a bad thing. It is a little bit expensive to grease up. You get this for about $2.50 a can, this brand, Motortech. It's a little local engineering shop near me. Sometimes Super Cheap Auto have them on special. You can get bigger ones like these. You get those ones from Super Cheap Auto. They're really good. That's a really good greaser in those cans. What I actually may end up doing is getting a 20 litre drum of that from the mechanic friend and going from there. My other favourite thing to use, is mineral turpentine. Mineral turpentine is great for cleaning oil. It knocks it off so fast. Yeah, it's just some of the disgusting stuff we washed off out of the oil. Now that's trapping moisture, that's trapping carbon chunks. Yeah, had this hose made up to suit this. The hydraulic shop stuffed up. They said it was M14 by 1.5 in here, and they ended up doing 3/8 BSP parallel. Don't know why. It did screw into the end of the centrifuge alright, but yeah, obviously no good. To 3/4 BSP here. Apparently you couldn't go to inch BSP because I was going to put a nipple straight in the end of the pump. But the pump comes with these cool hose bib tails, which actually have a 3/4 BSP thread on the bottom. It doesn't quite seat in the short hydraulic fitting and it just drips, but that's non-consequential in this application. I've got to buy another one of these this week so that I can go and pick up a heap of fuel from a few people, and that'll go straight through that 20 micron before it goes into this tank ever. And then this tank will effectively become clean fuel for mixing. We need to probably stick another 40 litres of unleaded in this one. This will be alright in the off-road Triton and the off-road farm truck. They both run quite well on this. Anything with boost seems to run alright on it. The single-cylinder diesel generator, which you can probably hear in the background, doesn't mind it either. There's about 60 litres in there already, and yeah, it's bursting at the seams. It's pretty much as full as you want one of these IBC totes. I will move all this outside to an undercover area at some stage, so it's not in my shed, because yeah, that fitting blew out of the hose last night and sprayed oil everywhere. So I ended up going, I couldn't do it in one fitting, so I had to go M18 by 1.5 to 3/8 BSP parallel. And that socket unfortunately is a BSP tapered, so I had to thread lock. So that yellow stuff you can see there is just thread locker. Thread lock that in there. did look at the Syntex kits. This is a cheaper way to do it. Apparently it's better with the oil warm. I will play with that as well. I have a spa pump heater which I can put in the return. What I'll probably do is mount this up on a pedestal, put a heater in the return coil, because then it will just loop through and heat it up. But I'm trying to also be mindful of how much energy I put into, as in electrical energy, I put into filtering this. Obviously diesel generator will run it, but in the eyes of a little bit of sustainability in recycling this oil, so that we only use this oil when we need to, solar power is my end game. And this 12-volt pump over here is charged and ran exclusively off solar, and that gets a hell of a flow rate going, and that really turns it over about 8 to 10 litres a minute pretty consistently, no worries. And we'll do that for hours and hours and end for a few hundred watt hours a day, which is just great. This pulls between 900 and 1200 watts, depending on how thick what it's pumping is and how much back pressure there is. It does self-relieve inside the pump there if it gets too high, and it just cavitates on itself. But when it's doing that, it is also at high load, so it's using tons more power. Yeah, I'll turn this on for a few more hours tonight and get some run time on it tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, I'm hopefully going to go pick up a heap of off-grid solar gear tomorrow from an old fellow that's retired and moved into a nursing home. So I'll no doubt make a video about picking that up. You never know what we might find. You have a awesome petrochem style degreaser. It's not a chloride. I don't want a chloride one. I just want a hydrocarbon one. It's naphtha petroleum, propane butane. So yeah, that one's good. I think this one. Okay, so I don't know what alkanes are. I'll have to look that one up. That one is 75% hydrosulfated heavy petroleum. So I really like the idea of using mineral turpentine. If I can get it cheap enough in bulk, that's what I'll just use in a squirty bottle, and then we don't have to worry about cans. Even though I recycle these get shredded locally in Launceston, because that's where my recycled metal goes. You shred it up and ship it out to be cast into some new stuff. So yeah, I'll put some hours on this thing. Once I've got some serious hours on it, I might not clean it out for every night after work for a week kind of thing, and then we'll make a video about how full it gets. I guess as long as it rotates, it can fill that rotor housing up all the way to that center point. So it says it can do 90 or 190 grams of dust capacity inside, so I don't know what that it means exactly. I'm going to say they're calling it carbon dust. Makes sense, I guess, because it is a dust until you go and sink it in the oil. Thanks for watching this long short video. Catch you guys on the next one with some more results from this little beast.